Imagine you are standing in front of your dog with a treat hidden in one hand. You show both fists. Then you smile, point to the empty hand, and say, "It's here." Your dog looks at your face, then at your hand, then back at your face. For a second, it feels like your dog is asking a very strange question. Are you telling the truth? At first, it looks simple. Maybe the dog is just guessing. Maybe it smells the treat. Maybe it is just following your finger because dogs trust humans. But what if something deeper is happening? What if your dog is not only watching your hand, but also watching your honesty? Can dogs know when humans are lying? To understand this, we need to go deeper into a very unusual kind of animal intelligence. Because lying is not just about words. A lie means someone knows the truth, chooses to hide it, and tries to make another mind believe something false. That is a very complicated idea. Even young human children need time to fully understand it. So the real question is not, can dogs understand lying exactly like humans do? The better question is, can dogs notice when a human becomes unreliable? Can they learn that one person gives good information while another person gives bad information? And can they use that memory to make a smarter choice? Dogs live in a world filled with human signals: a pointed finger, a happy voice, a serious face, a door opening, a leash moving, a food bowl being touched. To us, these things are small. To a dog, they are clues. A dog may not think in sentences like, "My owner is lying to me," but it may think in patterns. This person usually tells me where the food is. This voice usually means we are going outside. This hand usually has something important. And when the pattern breaks, the dog notices. In some experiments, dogs are shown two containers. One has food, one does not. A human points to one container. At first, many dogs follow the pointing gesture because dogs are extremely tuned in to human communication. That alone is impressive. A wolf may be cautious, a cat may ignore you. But a dog often treats a human finger like a map. Go there, look here, check this place. But if the human keeps pointing to the wrong container, something changes. Some dogs begin to hesitate. They may stop following the signal so quickly. They may use smell, memory, or their own judgment instead. This does not mean the dog is thinking, "This person is morally dishonest." But it may suggest something just as interesting. The dog is updating its trust. It is learning that a human signal can fail. And that is a form of intelligence. Not the kind that writes books. Not the kind that solves math problems. But the kind that says, "This creature gave me bad information before. I should be careful." But here is the strange part. Dogs do not only listen to what humans say. They read the whole human body. A dog watches your eyes, your shoulders, your footsteps, your breathing, your routine. Even the tiny difference between "we are really going for a walk" and "my human just said walk" by accident. You may say, "I'll be right back," while picking up your keys. Your dog may not understand every word, but it understands the pattern: keys, shoes, bag, door, long absence. So when you try to act casual, your dog may already know. Not because it understands language like a human, but because it has spent years studying you. To your dog, you are not just a person, you are a moving puzzle. A puzzle made of sounds, smells, habits, and emotions. And this is where it gets even more surprising. Dogs may also notice when our emotions do not match our actions. Imagine you pretend to be excited, you use a happy voice. You say, "Come here, this is fun," but your body is tense, your movements are stiff. Your face is not relaxed. Your dog may slow down, it may tilt its head, it may stay back. Why? Because dogs are very sensitive to emotional signals. They have lived beside humans for thousands of years. During that time, the dogs that paid attention to humans had an advantage. They found food more easily, they avoided danger, they bonded with people. They learned which humans were gentle, which were angry, which were playful, and which were unpredictable. So when a human lies, the dog may not detect the lie itself, it may detect the mismatch. The voice says one thing, the body says another. The routine says another, the smell of stress says another. To a dog, truth may not be an idea, truth may be consistency. This is very different from how humans think. Humans can lie with language. We can create stories about the past, we can hide intentions. We can say one thing while planning another. Dogs do not need that kind of intelligence. A dog does not need to write a secret message, invent a fake excuse, or explain a complicated plan. Its intelligence is built for its world. And in a dog's world, survival depends on reading signals fast. Is this person safe? Is this animal friendly? Is food nearby? Is danger coming? Is my group calm or afraid? The real question is not whether animals are smart. The real question is how many forms of intelligence we have failed to notice. A dog's mind is not a smaller human mind, it is a dog mind. And a dog mind is shaped by smell, movement, emotion, memory, and social trust. That is why the question, do dogs know when humans are lying, has a careful answer, maybe not in the human way. A dog probably does not understand lying as a moral choice between truth and dishonesty. But dogs can notice when a human is unreliable, they can remember patterns, they can compare signals, they can sense hesitation. They can learn that one person's pointing, voice, or promise should not always be trusted. And for an animal living beside humans, that may be more useful than understanding the word lie. Which brings us back to the treat hidden in your hand. You point to the empty fist, you smile, you try to trick your dog, but your dog pauses. It sniffs the air, it watches your face, it ignores your finger. Then it chooses the other hand. Maybe it did not catch you lying. Maybe it did something even more fascinating. It trusted its own map of the world over your misleading signal. The next time you see a dog staring at you after you say something untrue, remember this: it may not be judging you. It may not be thinking like a human detective. But it may be comparing your voice, your body, your smell, your history, and your habits. It may not think like you. But it may be thinking in a way that is perfect for its world. Subscribe to Tony Explains Animals to discover how animals think, feel, learn, and survive in ways that may surprise you.